right, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? Turn all that on. All right. Definitely been one of those mornings where you look at the time. Oh, I got a lot of time. I got plenty of time. I'm early today, and then you start doing something, or you get something takes your attention away. Then you look at the clock again, and like, where did all the time go? So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Get that quote of the day. Get us started on the right foot. All right, so the quote of the day: the two most powerful warriors are patience and time. All right, that's direct and straight to the point. That is the quote of the day. Let's go ahead and jump on over to look at our pre-market insight. See what's on the calendar for today. Today we had ADP non-farm employment change. That was at 8:15, and then 10:30 is the crude oil inventories, and then we have a FOMC at 1400 or 2 p.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow we have initial jobless claims. At 10 we have the ISM non-manufacturing PMI, and then Friday non-farm payrolls and the unemployment change. All right, so that's the economic calendar. Let's go ahead and check out our power range report. Today's NQ future session, we had a high of 12,810. This is in the power range. A low of 12,782. At the time of this post, we were trading bearish, and we still are, down 1.33%. The volume of 193,000, ATR of 202.66. So you can see we have a ton of volume overnight. A ton of sell-off, interesting sell-off overnight. Pretty much had a strong little dip into midnight, a little bit of retracement, retested that area, and another strong dip until about 4 a.m. Eastern time. So now we're still trading bearish, sort of kind of starting to hang out sideways. Have a higher low here. Still got these lower highs. So right now we're just kind of hanging out sideways. Well, should be an interesting morning, especially with FOMC in the afternoon. So my bias right now is still bearish. So anyway, we'll look at what the market gives us and follow the strategy and follow the plan. And of course, Bitcoin still rising to the moon, almost at 3,500. So definitely, this has been a very interesting start of a new year. I wish I would have known, because Ethereum is also taking off. So I wish I would have known about Seven Bomar back in, I think he was talking about it in 2017. At that time, I was only in Bitcoin. I wasn't trading any of the altcoins. But it definitely would have been nice to have gotten it back then, even last year or 2018 or 2019 even. Any time before this surge would have been very nice to get in it. That one, I missed that one, but I'm in Bitcoin and some other ones. And we always, I talk about USDC all the time as well. It has a lot of interesting things going on in the background that not a lot of people are talking about. Anytime people talk about, and still it's odd, because anytime I hear people talking about, the US dollar turning digital, it's like something that's coming that's not already here. What's going on, Origin? Always better late than never. Well, not always, but you get what I mean. With MV3 traders, always better late than never, especially when when we're talking about this market. All right, where we at? See if I can get my music to work for me now. That's why I was a little bit late this morning. My music, well, the how I play my music, it wasn't the way I had it saved. It didn't load it correctly, so I had to start that all over again. I need to figure out a way how I can hear what it sounds like to y'all while I'm still without messing up. You know, that's gonna be my project over the weekend, to figure out how to better hear my sound when I'm live. All right, go ahead and get this pre-market snapshot in. Wild ride these last 24 hours. Our game makers, SMH, they continue to definitely a very wild ride. Cause I heard, well, specifically with Wall Street Trapper also, and other people talking about how interesting this year has started. Music levels are perfect. Audio is 100. I appreciate it. But yeah, because I was looking at it, I'm like, this seems very, especially like the first trading day, I found that to be odd. So I was just, you know, it's interesting to hear other people say it, because I was thinking like maybe it's just me, but obviously it's not. But with, you know, how the year that we just, the previous year, we definitely shouldn't be surprised by things being a little, you know, not normal. I forgot to do that also. We have to have a conference on what happened the 4th. You know how I trade right with the flow. I was able to witness and experience and confirm a play. It's a game and there is a board. Bet. Just let me know. Alright, I still got 2 minutes. Get this out the way. And I need to get, I used to do it with Thinkorswim, but I need to get some kind of alarm for when the market opens. I try to, like, I used to have Thinkorswim open. You know how Thinkorswim it'll give you the bell sound, but I don't want to have too many platforms open at one time. Definitely expecting some bulls to come in, some buying to come in at the open. Kind of hanging around at daily support. This is, looks like it's retesting it right now. Probably 660. Still gotta wait a minute before I can place a trade.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Well,
Stop filled.
that was a quick one. I didn't even get time to adjust it or nothing. So I took the break of that first 3-minute candle, and pretty much I think that it looks like my first target was hit, and then the break even for the rest of it. Yeah, it had to be because my break even was triggered. So it's a very quick trade. I didn't get to take a screenshot or anything. I wasn't expecting, a strong move just completely out the gate right there, just based off the price action.
Order submitted.
And if I take another trade, I would rather get it on a pullback instead of a breakout. Mostly looking at this price action and just understanding the sentiment. Like, with all that sell-off, there has to be some profit taken, and also some people playing to fade, looking at the long term or the bigger picture. We're kind of resting at support. So plenty of reasons to expect. Well, I would rather get in on some pullback at this point. Wouldn't be surprised if we have the morning session end up pretty much being a battle zone. But that's just speculation. That's not advice to do anything. Definitely got to put that disclaimer out there. We have to be ready for anything. The market can do whatever it wants to do. It doesn't have to follow historical patterns. It can make a completely new pattern. It doesn't have to, obey our speculation. It can do what it wants to do. So the plan is, or the goal is to be consistent and stick to your strategy. And then, everything else will take care of itself. Let the market reward you. Don't try to control the market. seeing buyers coming in now, but I'm not seeing them coming with a lot of strength. It took us 2 candles to take out that first 3-minute candle, of the regular market hour open. So at this point, we're really, fighting the resistance. Well, the buyers are fighting the resistance, and they're getting a lot of resistance. But given how we sold off overnight, and how far we are away from where we started or where we opened, this price action makes perfect sense. Sometimes, at some point in time, things have to calm down and the market has to catch its breath, especially after it moved, like that. It was down I think when we were down over 1%, so that's a major move. Even I would maybe pay attention to it because last night I got the email from AMP Futures that they're adjusting their margin requirements because of the increased volatility. So that's when I looked at the charts, and then I saw that we were selling off pretty strongly, especially for after hours. So with all that overnight volatility, the market has to slow down for a minute, catch its breath, before we have another strong move in a direction, unless things are really getting crazy and everybody's freaking out. But then we have they put in halts and stuff like that to control that a little bit, so we don't have any more major crashes like we've had historically. Yep, literally after that email. The key area I'm watching right now is this 654, and what I'm mostly looking at is the volume at that level. If we trade back up that high, it'll be interesting to see what happens. We have a slight volume spike at 694, but above that, not a whole lot. So what's good, Wes? It's based off the last two candles off that candlestick pair. I would expect a move higher. I mean, that's a bullish signal for me. The price action is still struggling to make that happen. Still got this little battle session or battle zone. I got my first entry coming up.
Order filled.
Again, I'm taking this short. See if I can have enough time to set everything up the way I want to.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So I made some adjustments. Like I didn't completely adjust the strategy or the trade. I just wanted to get the screenshot and everything. Definitely think we're going to keep going higher for right now. Depending on price action, that'll determine how I manage it. And again, not trading view, what is this? Ninja Trader problems. It doesn't give me the volume like Sierra chart. It shows me the volume, like no matter when I log into it, it shows all the volume for the volume profiles for the whole session. But it doesn't, for a Ninja Trader, it doesn't start putting that information in until you're connected to the data, and of course the platform has to be open. Do you write infinite banking policies? I definitely do not write infinite banking policies. I know some people that do, but it's just people on YouTube. It's not no one I know personally. Something I plan to give more energy to in 2021 or this year. It's time for the DJ to change up the music. Yeah, I like Wealth Nation. What's going on, Idris? There's someone else I just discovered that talks about infinite banking. And he makes a lot of content with brother Ben X. I can't remember his name right now. we're seeing some, well, we have this valley in the volume profiles. I gotta switch over the screens again. I should hindsight capital this, but that didn't come out as clean as I wanted it to. Alright, so we had this valley, we're seeing some resistance. Hopefully that resistance holds and works out in my favor. Yeah, I like that candlestick pair. Now I just need some sellers to show up. If they don't, it's cool. I already got a plan. If it goes, I got a plan for either direction. So.
Target filled.
That's good to know. Thank you kindly. Break even triggered. Hindsight Capital says where I had that, because I was expecting some resistance there where where price turned around. So Hindsight Capital said I should have had one of my load-in orders sitting right there. That would have definitely been nice to have added to the position at that level. I had a lot of reasons to do so.
Target filled.
Sweet. just need the sellers to keep on, to keep coming on in. The door is wide open, sellers. Yeah, I think that's his name, Jake Taylor. That sound right. Appreciate that, Origin. It's definitely been a journey that's been worth every second, the ups, the downs. It's been since I started trading, I've had a lot of growth. So just I talk about this all the time, so it's nothing new. But yeah, just the amount of growth. I reflect on it a lot since I started trading, which is I think is the main beauty of trading is how not just the money that you can make from it, how it can affect every other area of your life. Looks like my break even is gonna get triggered. And this will more than likely be my last and final trade for the day. Just based off of, the price action that we're getting right now. It's a little choppy. Understandably slow if you look at, of course, what happened overnight, and then you look at the structure. Perfecting the plan has allowed me to view the world more critically. It's better than golf or chess. That's one thing I want to get into, playing some golf. It's something I've been interested in. I've never really even had the opportunity to start, really. I think I had one when I was younger, but that just didn't work out. But I agree 100%. Yeah, definitely like it's gonna hit my break even. That I don't have any problems with that at all. We're still battling. So for my target, my main target, I'm basically just going off this range. Usually I use the fib levels for, you know, to help me pinpoint my targets. But since we're so far out of those fib levels, out of those ranges, then I just, you know, I switched over to the price structure to determine my targets. I think the only time I've ever played golf was, well, it wasn't playing golf. It was just, it was
Order canceled.
basically all we was doing is hitting the ball. I think it was in middle school for PE. They brought some, you know, some golf clubs and some balls out for us to hit off the tee. That was it. And I could never really get it to do anything. Like my hit, it wasn't going far at all. Guys, don't give up on the trading, no matter if you lose every year. It will gel. I'm up 7K this week. That's what's up, Luis. You're absolutely right. That consistency. Stay with it. I mean, that's the only real way to succeed, right? To be persistent. Alright, I can switch the screen back over now. I wouldn't be surprised for us to continue to stair step higher to retrace all that overnight sell-off, at least until the afternoon session. And at this point, I think I'm just gonna watch it for a while. I think 2 trades is enough for me today. It was definitely satisfied with my P&L. Trump is going to say something. That's good to know. We all know volatility in the market favors Trump's speeches. Okay, nice. we're seeing a ton of momentum coming in. Fact. S&P. You trading the E minis. Yeah, I know it's ES. Is it the micros or is it E minis? ES actually has a very interesting, if I want to call that a pattern, it's almost straight up. It's going straight up. I keep it on this screen over here. Very bullish. Oh, okay, cool. Russell is interesting as well. It's more bullish than the rest of them. Question about Leeloo. What you got? And speaking of Leeloo, uh, today's their sale is 50% off. If for whoever hasn't got in with them yet. Actually, I think you can even that's even for resets. I didn't look into the details, but today is 50% off. The site sales are the 80-20 split. It's the 80-20 U or 20% Leeloo. All right, so actually, I've learned a lot about that over the lately. So it's 80 U, 20 them, of course, and that's within the first year if you're trading with them. But what's interesting about that? So let's say I'm trading in the 50K account right now, or the 50K performance account. When I withdraw, the max that I can withdraw, from the way that I understand it, is I can only every 30 days I can take up a minimum of 1,000, or take out a minimum of 1,000 and a maximum of 1,500. So I got the first 8,000 is 100% yours for the 50K. So by the time just being able to take out 50K a month or 1,500 a month, let me get my words together. So the total that I can, that first 8,000, I can take out 100% of it. That's 100% of it is mine. But being that the max that I can take out every 30 days is 1,500, it'll take me a while to eat. By the time I take out that full 8,000, that's mine. There won't be that many months left to where there's the 80-20 split. So after you've been trading with Leeloo for over 12 months, then it's a 90-10 split, and that'll be you get 90%, they keep 10. And basically, the way a performance account is really they're paying you 90% of what you made. Or in the 80-20 split, it's 80% of what you made. So yeah, every 30, the first, I think there's something different about your first payout, but how they pay out is every 30 calendar days. For the first 4 months, that fifth payment, no limit. Okay, appreciate that. So it's the fifth payment's no limit to the amount you take out. Right on. Well, that's because that's with so each account has their own limits. So because I'm in the 50K, the max, the minimum is 1,000, and then the max is 1,500 a month. So definitely fact check me. So just go to their support tab. See if I can the knowledge base. And I think it's within the performance account. Yeah, okay. They put the breakdown in there. Or maybe it's 25. Maybe I misread that. So that's the drawdown. Never mind. All right, so here's the breakdown. So if you go to the knowledge base, and then you go to under paid trading performance accounts, the one that I chose is the investor. So you go to that page, you scroll down, they have the breakdown of how they do their payouts. I appreciate that, Origin. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's not what I want to do. Man, so the Bulls have definitely came to the party. Looking at the bigger time frame, we have a lot of room to go bullish. The power range, the lower the power range is at 782. Have a lot of room to trade in. Of course, at this point, I'm only watching. Definitely interested to see how the afternoon session is going to turn out also. So not going to be able to trade it, but make sure I'm around to watch at 2 p.m. if I can. I want to see if we get any reaction to the FOMC, which usually FOMC meeting minutes are usually, I don't know, it can, sometimes we get volatility with that kind of, with those events, and sometimes we don't. So with the way that we've been trading today, or for the complete future session, I'll be interested to see what happens in the afternoon. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close up the shop for the day. I appreciate y'all for coming through, all the convo, trading with me, and I will see you guys next week. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day, rest of the week. Trade it easy.